Welcome back. I would like to say that I'm glad that you guys got the chance to watch Nicole take out the garbage and cross out all the days on her calendar. And those are the days that sometimes we might miss during schoolwork. And then those are days that we done schoolwork, but we didn't get to because other things might arise, and sometimes those things could be like meltdowns, maybe just trying to escape, don't want to do it, maybe too much, a little bit overload. So that's okay. But she does enjoy taking out the garbage and the trash and everything like that. So she has no problem with that. There's times that she might say no, especially on the weekends, because she feels okay. I only do it on school days, so now I'm doing on the weekend. So why is I'm doing that? So that's a little bit confusing to them. And I do want to talk to you all about some things that's dear to my heart. And what I want to discuss with you all is the reason why um, I make videos showing myself, pampering myself uh, on a relaxed day. And the reason I do that is because oftentimes caregivers and parents of special needs, we don't oftentimes get time to ourselves. So we have to be able to take these time for ourselves when it comes up or when it arises. And so those times can be when your loved one is sleeping. And so that's what I did this today. I took the opportunity to pamper myself while Nicole slept in some extra time. And you have to be able to be a caregiver and to be a parent of a special need person, to be able to take that time out and give it to yourself, because if you don't, you're no good to anyone else. I learned that when I was going to a support group some years ago when Nicole was younger, and she was in school at the time, and we was living in Illinois, and this lady that was running the support group, um, she was a member of one of the school districts of the suburban Illinois. And she specialized to each individual that was at the support group that when you are caring for someone, you need to take time out for yourself. And that is true. And she said, if you don't, you're no good to no one else and not to yourself. Because sometimes you yourself could be so overstressed, overstimulated, and you need to take that time where it's just even just having a cup of coffee, just getting up early, maybe an extra hour, um, or something like that. So that's why I do that, because I know there's ladies out here who's caring for someone with special needs, and some of you all are listening to my video, and so you guys probably keep a lot of things in, and you're probably too stressed or too afraid or ashamed to speak these things. So me being a special need mom for 17 years, I can speak for you. I can't speak of you or your situation, but I can speak for you to let you know that you're not alone, that a lot of us feel that way. So you have to take time for yourself, and it's basically giving yourself respite. Even if you don't have someone to just step in just for like even a hour or two, um, why not give that to yourself while they're resting or sleeping? Get up an extra hour and do something that you like in the house. It could be something that's reading a good book, maybe waking up watching a good movie, a movie that you have been wanting to see, things like that. So I do also want to mention too that for some of my viewers have got on my channel and requested shower scenes, showing my breasts and things like that. That's not going to happen. First of all, I am not a prostitute. I am not a hooker. I do not sell sex. This is basically for people who have special needs loved ones that going through certain things and they want to take time out for themselves. So for those that looking for someone who wants to do shower scene, shows their self butt naked, you are in the wrong channel. So I would suggest that you go to those channels who doesn't mind showing their body parts and showing their crouch and things like that, because we over here, we don't do that. We discuss homeschool, life skills, um, things that help your child with meltdowns and things like that. And far as like caregivers, parents, um, what they can do to give their self time away from their loved one for a while, and then once they return, they juveniles, they're got more energy, they're feeling good. That's what my channel is about. So you are in the wrong one if that's what you came for. Now, I also want to talk to my viewers who might be just starting out with someone with special needs or autism. And I want you to know that don't feel ashamed if you don't know the ins and out when it comes to someone having a meltdown, or sensory overload, because that's going to be the rest of your life. And I want you to know that. And what I want you to know is that if you are just starting off and you just realized and you found out that your child has autism, I would suggest the best thing to do is get in touch with a support group. A support group will help you with all your mixed emotions, what's going on, and then they can also help you with resources. So that's what I want to talk to you about resources, because I wrote down a lot of things that I wanted to address tonight here on this Friday night, which is a fun Friday night. What I want to talk about, when your autistic loved one become adult, uh, they experience a lot of expectations and challenges, and with none of the support that is available during high school. Sometimes high school, when they're in regular in-person high school, their lifestyle changes, and oftentimes, um, what happened is that when your child reach a certain age, especially like 17, they opting out of a lot of the services, and there's not many services for individual um, with special needs or autism, um, for different not support but different programs. And there are waivers out there. There are Medicaid waivers. So if your child have an IEP or doesn't have an IEP, I would suggest to get an IEP. An IEP is for each state. Every 50 state has an IEP. I'm pretty sure overseas have an IEP. And A IEP is an individual educational plan, and it says it's a plan performed, developed to ensure that a child who has disability identified under the law and attending an elementary or secondary elementary institution receives specialized instructions and related services. And that is true. What happened is that once your child gets an IEP, from the time maybe like 3 or 5 years old, that IEP follows them down the road at each school that they go to. From the time that they found out they was diagnosed with a special need and they have the IEP, they can attend a school in their district, and your district has to do the footwork for you and locate services that's in your area for your child. And it can be services where they come to the house, work with you and your child, where they might be experiencing. And once they're in the school system, the IEP helps also with identifying um, what level they're on and what they need to work on and what skills. So that follows them all the way from the time they started school all the way till they leave school in high school. So I wanted to address that for you. So get an IEP for your child. It's a good thing to have. And also in the IEP, you sit at a meeting. So at the meeting is your school district, the school director, the principal, um, the person from the board education. The board education has to be there too. You has to be there, and you address issues and you address concerns, and you also tell them what you want for your child and things like that, and what type of service that you want. Usually the service are speech delay. They give you ABA, behavior therapy, occupational therapy, and they also recommend that you get service too for them away from school. Because when Nicole was younger, she used to have service away from school too. Um, Sometimes we would go on a Saturday, and she would get um, behavior therapy, she would get occupational therapy, and sometimes that would usually go on for about 2 hours. And so it's a good thing to have. But once they get older, I would say past 17, they just about start opting out of a lot of services. And the reason being because they feel, they don't tell you, but I was told this when I went to support group years ago. They don't tell the parents the reason they opting out because they feel that your child is older now. They're not um, able to enough to I would say almost like make money for your school district or state. So that's kind of some of the reason why they opted out at a lot of service when they turn past 17, because there's not too many service out there for them. So sometimes what you have to do is do your own footwork and find out what's out there for them. And most of the service that they do have for people with autism that turns 18 is mostly life skills. And that's basically what they need. And even now, because like when I do homeschool with Nicole, ours mainly life skills, because by her getting older, she needs to learn different things. Like I want her to learn the difference between signs, the street signs, things like that. Even though that I know someday that, I mean, she might not ever understand the reason what that sign means, but at least when she sees it, she'll know okay, this is the sign that my mom taught me. Things like that that they need to know. And then also putting away items that they get. They have to learn how to do things like that. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, I want to talk about things to discuss concerning service. What I mean by service, okay, what I mean by service, um, places that they like to go. Let's say like getting nails done, going to get their hair did. Sometimes they struggle with going to new locations, and that's can mean going to the stores. It can mean uh, going to a new salon, going to visit families and friends, and oftentimes they don't do too well um, going to strange places that they haven't gone to. And sometimes what happened is cause a meltdown. And when it becomes a meltdown, sometimes it goes to the extremes of them biting themselves, biting others, maybe falling on the floor, screaming. And it's just their way of communicating. So, the best way to help a person with autism, if you're going to take them to a new location, to a friend's house, to a restaurant, to a movie, prep them. Prep them as much as possible. I would suggest to prep them, um, showing them a video, just constantly showing them a video. It doesn't have to be every day. It can be every now and then. That was just Nicole. Uh, it can be just a movie or a video showing what a person's doing in this location and what they do. So that's a good thing to prep them if you're going to take them somewhere. And if you're going to take them to a friend's house or a family house, sometimes you can ask that family member or a friend if it's okay if you can have a picture of them, maybe on your phone or something, and show that loved one, this is the person we're going to see. And that sometimes help them. So that way, when they get there, they say, okay, this is the person that I see. And because once you once you uh, arrive at the person's house, at the time it's not going to register to them, but once they enter inside, they usually by that time kind of mellow down because they know then, okay, this is where we was coming. And that's actually what I did with Nicole when I was took her to get her Indiana state ID. I prepped her for the whole year of 2023 by showing her videos of every procedure what goes on at a BMV. And I know when she saw the building, um, she wasn't, it wasn't registered what goes on, things like that. But once we enter inside, I think there was some objects in the area or in the location that probably kind of familiarized her to wonder, okay, this seems kind of familiar. Because once she was in. She was still upset, but we did the counting to bring her breathing down and calm her down, and she did pretty good. So that's some stuff I wanted to discuss too. That a person with autism, if you're going to take them to get their nails did, their hair done, prep them, uh, show them where they're going, and let them know that this is going to be soon. We're going to be doing that, and even a story, a social story would be good because that's something that the school use too. They use social stories to prep a person when they're going on a trip. Like if you're going to take a autistic person on a trip, or even a other special needs, you're going to take them on a trip or anything, prep them, let them know this is where we're going, this is where we're going to stay. And once they keep getting prepped, there might be a possibility they might be still a little upset, but then something going to register and let them know, okay, this is where we was, or this is where we was coming. So I would recommend to do that. So far as this last statement about autism turning 18 and mark significant changes regarding benefits and service, they can receive service under a waiver. That's what I said. They can still get a waiver, and it's called under the Medicaid waiver. So they can get services, and the good thing is that the service can provide for them good social and life skills, going to different services. Because in 2 weeks, me and Nicole's going to visit a facility. A lady called me yesterday to inform me what they offer. So they said they deal with behavior therapy, the behavior, whatever type of issues you have. They have like several um, staffs that works with this individual. And by her being 17, she has to go part time because, like I said, they feel like once you're younger, once your child is younger who has special needs, they benefit more from these resources than someone past 16 and 17, because they just about opting out. So I was told that when Nicole was younger, when I was going to support group, that they opted out a lot of services. So for you all who has younger special need loved ones, I would suggest to try to educate yourself as much as possible about different resources. I'm not an expert. I'm just a parent that have learned different skills and situations, resources, and talking to different people over the years. So if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to talk to me, and I would feel free to find out any type of information that you need or you want. But I do want to say that every state is different. Not every state is set up the same. So some things are different for people with autism and special needs. So keep that in mind. So until then, I do look forward to talking to you guys again. And I really enjoy chatting with you all. And I want to say that you all have been a great support group for me and Nicole. And it's been a pleasure to having you guys here with us as long as you have, and I don't think that we could have done it without you all. So it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to talking to you all again, and for you all to come back to experience more journey that we have. Until then, have a great night. Bye for now.